The Airbenders were a noble and peaceful people who would not resort to violence unless absolutely necessary. And even when they did, the Airbenders would choose much less direct methods of taking out their enemies. And in this case, they developed an airbending technique that is so terrifying that it would scare any opponent from ever wanting to get up close. Although it originally wasn't intended as a combat ability, but merely one for survival. So hit that subscribe button and let's break down this terrifying airbending ability. Alright, so the ability that we are talking about here is that of heat regulation. Now by itself this might not sound that scary, but when I explain its darker uses later on, it will seem pretty bad. Now what the ability does is allow an airbender to contract and expand the air in or around himself to either heat or cool it down. This was originally developed as a survival technique for airbenders out in the spirit wilds and allowed them to survive harsh and cold nights as well as blazingly hot deserts. They did this by heating or cooling the air within themselves and also around themselves if they were more advanced with the technique. This was extremely effective for staying alive and even for stealth where that was necessary. We saw Aang himself use this ability in the Southern Water Tribe to stay alive without any warm clothing. Now this is where things get dark. As the ability can be used to lower your own body temperature, scarily, this is also extended to lowering the body temperature of any other human or living being. This means that with a simple touch of the body, an airbender can chill someone's body temperature to a point where life becomes impossible, in effect freezing them to death on the spot. First, the legs of the victim would be frozen through lowering the air temperature around them so much that the water inside their tissues would freeze, making them unable to run away. This then locks the victim in place while the airbender slowly drains the life out of him by draining his body temperature down. A truly horrifying way to go. Now there are some weaknesses to the ability, most obviously being the need to get up close to be able to touch the target. This itself puts the ability on the very rare side of the scale because of how agile most other benders are. Secondly, it's also very slow to kill. If the airbender fails to remove the mobility of the target through lowering the temperature of the legs, it just won't be effective. And on top of that, as we saw in Korra through Tenzin, this ability is not very easy to use and it's pretty advanced. So I don't think many of the typical airbenders who just learn the element and haven't mastered it would actually be able to use it. So that is the terrifying canon airbending ability that struck fear into the other nations. Thanks so much for making it this far in the video. Your support is so greatly appreciated if you made it this far. I'll see you in the next video.